Hello students, welcome back to your economics class. Here we are with a new video on the remaining topics of the chapter infrastructure. So let's go through the chapter and the remaining topics one by one. Hope you must have understood all the contents covered up in the first part of the video of the chapter infrastructure. Now, let's begin today's first topic, that is the state of infrastructure in India. You can see students, the very first point shows earlier government was solely responsible for the development of infrastructure in the country. But after the increase in the privatization, the private sector is also playing a very important role in partnership with the government sector. So now there is joint partnership of private sector along with public sector in the infrastructural development of the country. But the lacuna is that most of the rural population is still not getting proper facilities, infrastructural facilities which they are to be a part of. For example, they still use biofuels. They still have to travel long distances in search of, cooking fuel, in search of water, in search of other basic facilities of life. For example, schools and even medical facilities. They have to go far away. In the eastern states, northeastern states of India, students have to travel many kilometers in order to move to their schools, in order to reach the hospitals in time. So this is really a great lacking in the part of infrastructural development in the rural areas. So as I explained you can see point 2, majority of India's population lives in rural areas. Biofuels are used like cow dung, animal and plant waste. It is used as a fuel and source of energy requirement still in these areas. The very next point is covered in the third one. Rural people have to travel long distance in search of fuel, water and other basic needs. And this shows that good infrastructure is foundation of development. If a country has good infrastructural facilities, the country would be developed. Otherwise, it will not be properly developed and the growth prospects would slow down. If proper attention is not paid to the development of the infrastructure, instead of boon, it becomes a barrier in the growth and development of the country. So this was a just glimpse of the state of infrastructure in India. Now students, we are going to study the meaning of the topic health. What do you mean by health? When can we say that a person is healthy? हम कब कह सकते हैं कि एक पर्सन हेल्दी है? हम किसी भी पर्सन को हेल्दी तब बोल सकते हैं जब वो फिजिकली और मेंटली फिट हो. जब एक पर्सन फिजिकली और मेंटली फिट होता है, फिजिकली और मेंटली साउंड होता है, then we say that the person is healthy. और जब एक पर्सन हेल्दी होता है तो वो 3 चीजें कर सकता है. He can manage to do the work efficiently, that is with full capability and effectively. He can handle all the tasks given to him on time. Secondly, his capability to work increases, because of which productivity and production increases. Okay, and the third most important thing is that he always remains active and contributes in the growth and development of the economy by producing the goods and services. He is able to maintain the stability of his mind. उसका mental well-being बहुत अच्छा रहता है. जो माइंड का सोचने का नजरिया है, that remains positive and moves in a balanced way. and works in a balanced way. So, the mental status is very, very important for a person along with physical fitness. So, now let us study about this key component health in the category of health infrastructure. Here students, you can see we have our first point that health is not only absence of disease. अगर किसी पर्सन को डिजीज नहीं है तो इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि वो हेल्दी है, but it is also the ability to realize one's capability, one's fuller potential. It is a measures of one's well-being कि एक व्यक्ति कितना physically और mentally sound है. Health improves the efficiency and productivity of a person to do the work. मैंने आपको अभी अभी बताया साउंड फिजिकल और मेंटल हेल्थ से आपको क्या फायदा होता है. आपकी काम करने की एफिशिएंसी बढ़ती है और आपकी प्रोडक्टिविटी बढ़ती है, बिकॉज ऑफ विच यू कैन कंट्रीब्यूट इन द इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट ऑफ द कंट्री. इससे आप कंट्री के इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट में क्या कर सकते हैं, कंट्रीब्यूशन ज्यादा दे सकते हैं. बट we cannot measure the physical and mental status of a person only with the help of certain measures. A single set of measures or parameters cannot define the health status of a country. So, it is a response because of a country. It is the total responsibility of the government to provide proper health facilities which are accessible, easily reachable by all the people of the country. The health status is measured with different parameters, different factors and human development indexes like life expectancy rate, infant mortality rate, nutritional level, number of birth and death rates, spread of communicable and non-communicable diseases, etc. There are many things which are used as parameters in order to measure the health status of a country. Now, what happens if we have proper health infrastructure in a country? We get healthy manpower which helps in the production of goods and services in the economy. The meaning of health. Health is a state of complete physical, mental and social well-being. So, what has been the development of health services after independence? Large-scale improvement of health facilities is noticed in the last 75 years after independence. The reason for this development is planned development. Because of the 5-year planning, because of the proper infrastructural facilities, the health services have developed in the country after independence. Here we can have a look at the highlights of health facilities and improvement in the health infrastructure after independence. The very first heading shows decline in the death rate. You can see the arrow sloping downwards. In 1951, the death rate was 27 per thousand. Now it has declined to 6.3 per thousand as per the survey of 2017. The second change can be noticed in the reduction of infant mortality rate. Infant means a child up to the age of 1 year. Infant mortality rate means the death rate of infants up to 1 year of age. Earlier in 1951 it was 146 per thousand. Now it has reduced to 32 per thousand as per the survey of 2017. So again the arrow is indicating a downward trend in the infant mortality rate. Life expectancy rate, as you can see in the third point, has increased. So the arrow is moving upwards. In 1951, if a person lived up to the age of 32 years, it was expected that he has lived his life to the fullest. But today, as per the survey of 2018, in today's era, the life expectancy rate has increased up to 69.4 years. The fourth point indicates control over the deadly diseases like smallpox, malaria, TB, cholera. Today we have vaccines for them, and these diseases are brought under control by the government and health ministry up to a great extent. Smallpox is no more found, and even polio cases are also negligible in the country at present. Fifth point you can see is fall in undefined mortality rate. It also shows a downward trend. In 1960 to 48 per thousand infants up to the age of 5 years used to die in a period of 1 year, but now you can see it has reduced up to 39 per thousand as per the survey of 2017. And it was in the year 2017 that government announced national health policy also. One more policy and scheme, Ayushman Bharat, also known as National Health Protection Mission, was started by the government, in which rupees 5 lakh per family per year health insurance is provided to the poor households. So these all indicators show that there is a large scale improvement of health facilities in the last 75 years after independence because of the planned development approach adopted by the country. This table shows that there is a significant increase in the number of medical colleges in comparison to the year 2017 from 1951. In 2017, it is showing 460 medical colleges have been set up, and earlier there were only 28 in the year 1951. Similarly, there is significant increase in the number of dispensaries and hospitals, that is from approximately 9,209 to 55,223 in the year 2017. At the third point, you can see that community health centers, primary health centers and sub-centers have also increased. There is a substantial rise in them from 725 in 1951 to 1,87,505 in the year 2017. And the number of beds in the hospitals has also increased from 3.2 to 13,76,013 in the year 2013. The number of doctors and nurses, as you can see in the table, have increased a lot in comparison to the figures which were there at the time of the first 5-year plan, and the expansion of healthcare facilities show that there is complete eradication of smallpox from India, and it used to be a deadly disease at one point of time in India. This is all possible because of the national health policy and the Ayushman Bharat scheme adopted by the government.